let me get this straight. One extremely hot woman is using a whip on another very hot woman. And then the cuck is looking and watching. Yes, I think I've seen this scene before. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Ling Cage, episode 7. Now previously, we left off on Marc dying, but not dying, but dying, but not dying. Basically got one of those spinal centipedes attached to his spine, essentially replacing his spine. And then he still died. But then, as they were incinerating his body, he became a monster and now threatens to essentially kill everybody on the base. So I guess we'll see what happens. What in the fuck is going on? Why is this kid here? I'm thinking this is a flashback and this guy is the, what's his face? The light and shadow guy. Kinda looks like him. Creepy. Okay. Okay, so whoever this is. Interesting. Is that why he believes so hard in this light and shadow thing? And this is one of the, you know. Interesting, very interesting. I'm actually okay. Like for now, I'm actually expecting that that's what that person looked like. You know, like there actually was like a galaxy in his face, right, or her face. I'm thinking like an Aeon from fucking if you've ever played Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. I'm thinking like an Aeon from there, like a cosmic being or something.
从那天起，你一直认为自己是那个可以改变人类命运的人，但真相并不是每个人都能承受的。这里是灯塔的能源和运算中心，灯塔曾经就是靠这个设备维持运转和规划未来的航线。 它能同时观测到微观粒子的位置和动量。我们至今无法理解它的运作方式，但它曾经告诉我们的信息，让我们活到了现在。当年能正常运转的时候，监狱靠它提前知道了灾难发生的时间，成功躲过一劫。后来我们尝试用它来推演人类的未来，试图找到对抗玛纳生态的办法。 他给出的答案却是我们无法理解的符号和公式，唯一能解读出来的只有一个坐标。初代城主立刻前往那里，但在那儿只找到了一个婴儿。这个孩子是谁？不用我说你也知道。
我不管这个东西到底是什么，一个婴儿未来能对抗生态，
知道一个小球的位置、速度和所受的力。 就能计算出它未来的运行轨迹。理论上来说，只要确切地得知宇宙中每个原子的状态，再拥有足够的算力，我们就能计算出未来了。将马克培养成一名伟大的战士，将来他就能带领灯塔战胜玛纳生态。直到击骨手术那天，我才意识到，马克的使命。 也许是成为人类和生态连接的桥梁， 识到生态的秘密。
你还指望他窥探什么秘密？
我知道，也许那是因为他还没有跨过最后那道边界。
So basically, a massive brain, but it seems to be already attached to some mechanical thing. Like half of the brain is organic, the other half is not, or the machinery is simply there to interpret what the brain is saying, and so the brain is able to calculate the future. Interesting.
手术虽然成功了，但你活下去的希望不大，好好养病吧。
但我一定会好起来的，对吗？
会好的，一切都会好起来的。
Lies. Why are you always lying?
上名落地，你屡次违反生命公示，为臣民进行手术，浪费大量医疗物资。根据律法，将扣除你6个月奉献点，降职，到律教所接受体罚，拘刑10日。
这是现在的代理城主，你们应该叫他城主大人。
你到底想干什么？
作为灯塔的代理城主，我当然是希望2位能够像摩根城主在位时那样尽忠职守，让灯塔继续庇护着最后的人类。哦，对了，灯塔现在并不太平，这几位律教士是我精心挑选出来保护你们的。
Ah, yes, classic. A quote-unquote security detail. Yes, of course.
怎么会蠢到出那种馊主意？
别冲动，莫城，冷静点。
对啊，有话好好说。
当时没有别的办法。
那马克变成现在这样，怎么办？以后怎么办？
至少他还活着。
真行，那样也算活着。分化街死伤那么多人，反正我是不会再靠近他了。今天差点把命给搭上。
我他妈自己去！ 我把他救出来，一枪给崩了，也比在里面天天生不如死的要好。等等，冷静点，莫成，别冲动啊！是啊，
逞什么英雄？要不是你当时取药磨磨唧唧的，马克会成现在这样。
你多的一只手不够过瘾是吧？不要这样，
老子一只手也能捏死你！
当时那么多人，竟然还让马克落单，还用我？
够了。 如果我们救出了马克，你真会对他开枪吗？你是真的怕死，还是怕面对这样的马克？如果从今往后他一直是这个样子，你还把他当队长吗？
陈斌，你别说了。
你们觉得他已经不是人了，对吧？
Well, I mean...
他的事我来解决，我闯的祸不牵连别人。
陈斌，
都走吧，这支队伍已经散了。
All right, well, there he is, the attack titan. I mean, the attack Marc.
调取人类马克的基因记录，做进一步比对。还有人类马克的细胞样本吗？
脊骨移植时还保存了一些没有被污染的样本，
立刻进行基因测序。
是的。
加利博士，我们是专门过来测试怪物对不同武器的耐受程度。毕竟要是
yes.
谁也负不了责任。哼，开门。
Of course, let's start shooting the monster. What could possibly go wrong? Ah.
还挺远。
他们
让我平时把我的物资分给臣民，你以为你是谁？
别记仇。
细胞中含有数千个超级线粒体，它们生产能量的效率远超人类。如果能进行复制，那我们和噬极兽的战斗可能就不会这么艰难了。你们要是发现完了，就赶紧给我滚出来！
你肯定不知道，焚化间牺牲的战士中，有一个是那年共子二教中最好的学员。你之前不把我们城防军放在眼里，我们能什么？你现在竟然连自己人都杀！在你把他们砸成肉泥的时候，想过他们也是独一无二的存在吗
Nice, deserved, deserved. Off with their heads.
生命体征有所恢复，并且呈现剧烈的情绪波动。
这根本就不算人类！快放我出去！我不想死啊！
What is she realizing exactly? Is she realizing that all of them are actually humans? Or, well, used to be? So, let me get this straight. One extremely hot woman is using a whip on another very hot woman. I mean, and then the cuck is looking and watching. Yes, I think I've seen this scene before.
现在灯塔已经是你的了，放过他吧。
怎么放？让他现在穿上制服回到猎荒者部队吗？
让我带他离开灯塔。
我想，光影之主这次也许可以答应你的请求。不过，得按照灯塔的规矩来。
你想让我们远行？可是民众……
没错，我想看看灯塔民众会怎样欢送他们心目中的英雄。
This guy is kind of evil, but like, he's evil in a way that I'm not a fan of, because it's like he's the type of evil that just kind of does things for the sake of being evil. I would have, you know, I buy him wanting the control of the lighthouse, right? Because maybe he has his ideas, maybe he wants things to be run differently or whatnot. But like, when the bad guy gets control of the you know, the city or whatever, right? I kind of expect them to at least have some sort of idea of what they're trying to achieve. With this character, either they haven't really given us that yet, or he just doesn't have any idea of what he's doing. You know, I'm kind of like expecting him, like when I think bad guy wants power, right? To me, there has to be a reason for that, right? Like, no one just wants power for the sake of having power. I mean, you can do that, I suppose, but it's kind of boring. Most people can't wrap their heads around a person who would just want power for the sake of wanting power. I'm trying to come up with a real-world scenario, like most people wouldn't want to run for president just so that they can have the power of president. You know, like most people would run for president to like because they feel like they can make things better, or they can make a change that they want to see, or you know, something. In my humble personal opinion, I just don't believe that people like chase power or powerful positions just so they can have power. Especially if you're already in a powerful position. Not gonna lie, I feel like in his case, he already has followers, right? Like a bunch of followers. And I feel like becoming the city lord just adds more work onto his plate. So I ask the question, why does he even want to be the City Lord? Like, you know, even as an evil character or, you know, the villain, he's gonna have some reason why he wants this power, right? I mean, but again, I don't know what his reasons might be. Oh boy. Who the fuck is she? Okay. I mean, what are the odds, right? White hair. Miss Bing has white hair. What are the odds, right? Mother? Grandmother? Question mark? Immortal?
面的人都没有感情，不会招惹那些丑八怪的。
走吧，新玄又出现了，得趁他们进化之前把事办完。戴大是不会错的。马克队长
Are they seriously like? Okay, this is a little bit bullshit, right? What do they think is under this thing? Like, why do they think that they're hiding him? Are they thinking that like he's like this is the armor that he wears or something? And I think by now the rumors would have spread, right? That he was like extremely injured. What do they think? Oh, do they think that Marc is that big or something? I mean, he was a big guy, but like come on. Oh yeah, yeah.
你有什么事情都不能干扰远行仪式。
是马克队长给了我第二次生命，我只想当面跟他道个谢。
马克特。
我们也是来感谢马克队长的，谢谢马克队长，谢谢马克队长。
都是你，这一切都是你害的。
Oh, he blames right. Really? They're like so surprised at this. What did they think was under there?
退后，任何人不得妨碍马克队长远行。
喂，他说这家伙是马克队长，怎么会变成这样？太吓人了！什么玩意儿？怎么还有尾巴？这都没个人样了，谁是被新毒素感染了，还是被疾苦咬了？这真的是马克？
来，你们都看看，这是什么狗屁马克队长？他就是个怪物，怪物！
别靠近他，肯定会咬人的。
真不知道他做了什么，才会受到光影之主如此的惩罚。
马克违反3大法则，亵渎了光影之主。他这副模样，正是受到了光影之主的惩罚。我们
Oh come on! This gotta be the most dumbest fucking.
马克在焚化间杀了许多人，他这种怪物不配远行。什么？真的吗？太可怕了！这种事。
光影之主绝不会饶恕一个残害自己同胞的怪物，烧死他！不然光影之主一定会迁怒于我们的。怪物不配远行！
I mentioned this like 2 episodes ago, maybe 3 episodes ago. Point is, the people in this universe change their minds so fast. I'm not saying that people can't change their minds on something, but it doesn't happen instantly when someone says some basic shit. People don't change their minds like this. Like literally 20 seconds ago, they were cheering for him. Right? Now they're surprised, yes, but they would be like, what the fuck happened, right? Like, what, right? And just because some weirdo starts saying that, oh, light, this is the punishment by light and shadow, people wouldn't just immediately start cheering. They would be like, I don't know about this, you know, like, I mean, he does look like a monster, and maybe he is now a monster, but like, come on, you know, like, it's still Marc, you know, the guy we were literally cheering for 20 seconds ago. The least we can do is like send him off or something, you know, like he has done a lot of things for our survival. So, you know, like I don't feel like everyone would just start cheering immediately just because some religious nutcases start saying some dumb shit, you know? It just feels, it feels too random. It feels too easy, you know? It feels too quick. Like the people here are just basically NPCs that are supposed to say whatever whatever is popular at the time. And now she's gonna have her moment where she gives a speech, and then everyone's gonna change their minds again somehow, like at a drop of a hat.
他活到现在，你们吃的、用的，哪一样不是靠他用命换来的？你们就是这样回报。
我们能活到现在，靠的是光影之主的庇佑，而不是这只怪物。
Brother, what the fuck am I even watching? Okay. Okay. Let me gather my thoughts for a second. I know you're not gonna like this. You might hate me for this, but I'm going bull honky. Okay? There's so many problems with this scene so far that, okay, let me list them out for you. Just so you don't think I'm hating for no reason. I like this show and I want it to be better. Okay? Which is why I don't like this either, but I gotta call out the bullshit when I see it. Number one, as I just mentioned, they're changing their minds too quickly. We got that out of the way, okay? Number two, they do this fucking final journey thing all the time, right? And you're saying that the only thing stopping people from falling off a cliff, basically, you know, falling off the fucking ship, is a single fucking barrier that can bend, right? Like a single fence. That's the only thing separating people from staying alive and falling off this fucking ship and dying. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's incredibly dumb. I'm reminded of, oh, we're the last hope of humanity and we need to do breeding duty and make sure that, you know, we survive. Oh, but, you know, people can just fucking fall off the ship because we have a single fence that can just easily break. What? What? And again, as I said, they do this final journey thing quite often. And you're telling me that they don't have, like, tight fucking railings or something that won't break? They have some flimsy fucking bullshit there? Like, come on. That's some straight bull honky right there. And then, of course, you know, the religious people are also saying like, oh, it's the light and shadow guy. And everyone's just gonna believe him, right? It's like, I guess no one cares that just a bunch of people just fell off the ship and just died and are now hanging on to the side of the ship and almost dying. Like everyone's not giving a fuck, I guess. And this is a kind of another thing that I find weird about this show is that they kind of basically anyone who isn't a main or side character is like an NPC that just doesn't matter. Like, don't get me wrong. Most shows have, like, you know, background characters that don't matter, but, like, when you have a show that's about, like, humanity, last hope of humanity survival, last batch of humanity's trying to survive, you can't just kill a bunch of people randomly and then ignore it. Like, that should be, like, a big thing. But apparently we can't just ignore random people dying. Okay, she's going off. Fuck. Nice, nice, good, nice. What happened to not being able to interfere with the final journey? Beat their asses. Nice, nice. You know, I'm starting to think that all of these inferiors are inferior for a reason. Not gonna lie. I assume most of them are inferiors, right? Not gonna lie, if they are this easily manipulated and then they just immediately try to kill the creature, even though they haven't seen the creature, the monster, do anything, they just believe some random people saying that, oh, all those people who just fell off the ship, like without us actually trying to help them or anything, the reason they fell off the ship, even though we clearly saw what the reason was, because everyone was pushing, the reason they fell off the ship is because the monster did something, even though the monster clearly didn't do anything because we saw him do nothing, and we fell off the ship kind of because of our own dumb fuckery. But it's the monster's fault. It's the monster's fault, 100%. Now we're gonna start beating him up, even though we're told that this is actually Marc who has saved all our lives before, and we are very grateful, but now he's a monster, and everything bad that happens, even though we clearly saw that it wasn't his fault, is actually his fault because some random dudes say so. Even though we literally just saw that he didn't do anything. Yeah. Need I say more? I think these inferiors deserve to die. They are just retarded. Kill them all, honestly. Yeah, I'm saying superiors are superior here. What can I say? They turned me. They turned me into a racist. Nice. Deserved. God, she's hot. That's what I said.
不能让他活着离开，这样的东西绝不可能为灯塔带回真理，只会带来灾难。光影之主的怒火到来之时。
It's actually all according to Keikaku for him, because now if he gives a speech to, you know, say that, oh, Marc was actually great and, you know, blah blah blah, this and that, and it convinces everyone that, oh, the least we can do is send him off or whatever, then he has won the favor of the people, shown himself to be merciful, and scored points with the people, and everyone then wants him to be the city lord. So it's all according to Keikaku, actually. Oof. Well, it appears that he is not as smart as I thought he was. Where'd all the blood go from her face? Did they wipe her down? I kind of like that she had blood on her face. Not in that way. Ooh. Nice.
你们都被我包围了。好不容易才弄出来的光影，让我怎么相信你们？
主早已洞察一切，把他们拿下。
问问你的光影之主，看我今天会不会打爆你的狗头！放肆！
你敢吗？
叫下来的都听说。
跳珠那么小，可坐不下你们。到时候谁先上车带谁走，掉队了我可不管。
我看你们这队伍是散不了喽。
曾经英俊勇猛的马克队长，就因为被脊骨寄生而变成如此丑陋的怪物。
闭嘴！
I have a feeling.
马克在重力体里。
I have a feeling that the two masked women are going to have a showdown, and it's gonna be amazing.
是怎么被人把脖子给划开的？什么？又是怎么被脊骨寄生的呢？
你说什么？啊？是你？原来是你！不要！
Who? Oh, it's that guy. Oh, there it is. I wanna see.
盖文，盖文，喂，盖文，出什么事了？收到警徽。
I wanna see a fight between those two.
给伤民换心脏，沾饼的贩运任务，最后再让人把马克给摸了脖子。这一切都是我安排的。
He's got that Iron Man power source. So why does he see the kid differently? Everyone else was blue. I mean, they better not kill her. Oh, you've gotta be joking me.
我这辈子做过的最勇敢的事，就是告诉你，我爱你。即使会和这操蛋的末日一起化成灰烬，我都不后悔。真好。 在离开这个世界前，最后一眼看到的是你，少了我，你也要活下去。
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Not in terms of, you know, like, story direction or anything, but like... I don't like this. Why they gotta kill... Why they gotta kill all the fucking hot women? Shaking my fucking head. Look, I get she's petrified, so maybe they're kinda doing a Dr. Stone situation, but like, I mean, they've pretty heavily said that, you know, the monsters kind of suck the life force out of them, right? So it's like, the problem with this, at least for me, is that I thought, you know, that's my problem. I thought, apparently. Again, I don't know where they're going with the story, so, you know, okay, fine. You know, I'm not the one telling the story, so, you know, I don't know what they're doing. It is a sad moment, but I question how smart this decision was. Marc, at the moment at least, is out of the picture. Who is there to take over as the quote-unquote main character? You always have a central character. Now, Marc was the central character for most of the show so far, with Miss Bing being kind of like the second in command, right? And so the moment Marc kind of got taken out, or, well, not taken out, but like, you know, became a monster, most of the main character energy went to her. I thought it was going to be her and Marc, and maybe these other guys going onto the you know, the ground, and then finding or searching for the survivors there, and then trying to figure out how to, you know, get Marc back to normal, and then maybe eventually they'll figure that out, right? But I thought kind of like that Miss Bing here was going to kind of take over as the main character. Like, Marc is still there as a monster, but like, you know, like the Hulk basically. But like, she was going to take over the more central main character role. But if she's fucking dead, essentially, well, now what? There is no one else. There literally is no one else. I mean, you have the other team members, right? But like, they're kind of side character-y, so, and they haven't gotten a lot of screen time in terms of like actually developing their characters. And maybe they'll go in that direction. Maybe that's what they're going to do, where with this happening now, they like band together and then still go onto the ground, and then we see like more of all the team members or something. But like, who is like right now, like the main character spot is empty, because Marc is not the main character right now. He is a monster. You literally, you're not going to have a monster as the main character unless they're going to do kind of a shitty replacement strategy, like I'm not gonna lie, Expedition 33, if you've ever played that game. I'm not gonna say what happens or anything, but you know, they might do something shitty like that. That was probably, that thing that they did in that game, in that story, was probably the one thing that I don't agree with. I thought that was a horrible decision. Regardless, that was episode 7 of Ling Cage. Both the characters that were essentially the main characters are gone. One of them is quote-unquote dead, petrified. The other is a monster. And I wouldn't say we have developed any other character enough for them to take their place in terms of like the leader. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see in the next episode, next time. Until then, ladies and gents, adieu.